So something really big has just happened in the world of artificial intelligence. I mean, a leap so profound it's caught almost everyone off guard. And no, we're not just talking about a smarter chatbot. This is a fundamental shift in what AI can actually do. And because of that, the world is now scrambling to figure out who's in control.
You hear this phrase a lot, right? AI just crossed a line. But what does that really mean? Well, it's the jump from being a passive assistant that you talk to becoming an active agent that actually works for you. It's the difference between asking for directions and just handing over the keys to the car.
Okay, let's make this crystal clear. On the left, you've got the AI we've gotten used to, the chatbot. You ask it a question, it spits out an answer. It's basically a research tool. But on the right, that's the new thing, an agent. You give it a goal, and it goes off and does the entire task, from start to finish. It's a tool for action. So, what does doing the work actually look like? I mean, this isn't some far-off sci-fi idea. This is happening right now on people's computers. Let's walk through a super common professional task. This right here shows the new power perfectly. A person gives the AI a simple prompt, make a PowerPoint. From there, the agent literally takes control of the computer. It starts browsing the web, researching the topic, writing the copy, designing the slides, and what you get at the end is a finished deck. No human intervention needed between the prompt and the final product. That is the agentic leap. And this new capability is spreading like wildfire, way beyond just Silicon Valley. You've got lawyers using it to build out entire cases, marketers launching full campaigns. Heck, people who have never written a single line of code are now building custom software in an afternoon. It's a massive democratization of some really complex skills. Now, when you have an explosion in capability this big, it doesn't just create new things, it completely disrupts what's already there. And you know what? Wall Street felt that shockwave almost immediately. The market's reaction was so brutal that it actually got its own nickname, the Sassacre. And the irony here is just, wow. The very same AI tech that was supposed to make the software industry more powerful is now threatening its whole business model. I mean, why would you pay for a monthly subscription when an AI agent can just do the job for you? You can see the damage right here in the numbers. The main software ETF, which is basically a basket of all the biggest software companies, it plunged by nearly 30%, and this was in a really short amount of time. It was a swift, painful, and very direct reaction to this new technology. And the pain was felt everywhere. Investors suddenly realized, hey, if an AI agent can do what your software does, the value of that software is now a huge question mark. So from gaming and cybersecurity all the way to legal services and even trucking, no sector was safe. But that financial earthquake? That was just the first tremor. The aftershocks are now hitting the very foundation of how these technologies are built. As the race for AI dominance got hotter and hotter, all those promises these companies made about building AI safely, well, they started to break. You know, it wasn't that long ago that all the major AI labs made these voluntary, hard commitments to safety. But in the mad dash to compete, those hard commitments are being quietly swapped out for weaker language, like non-binding, publicly declared targets. It might sound subtle, but it's a huge shift in what they're actually promising. And the alarm bells aren't just coming from critics on the outside. This quote, this is from the guy who led the safeguards research team at Anthropic, one of the top AI companies. He resigned, warning that the pressure to compete was just steamrolling the company's own safety values. And this is the really crucial part. Anthropic was founded specifically to be the safe alternative to OpenAI. That was their whole brand. Yet now, even they are scrapping their core safety pledge. They're getting squeezed by competitors on one side, and on the other, the Pentagon is pressuring them to remove guardrails for military use. So, with companies basically abandoning self-regulation, the fight for control has now moved out of the boardroom and straight into the political arena. And there's one congressional race that has become the absolute epicenter of this entire debate. At the heart of it all is a New York State Assemblyman named Alex Bores. And he's got a really unique perspective here. He's not just a politician. He used to be a software engineer at Palantir and has a master's in computer science. His campaign has become ground zero for this fight. On one side, you have his proposed law, the RAISE Act. It's pretty straightforward. It would just require the biggest AI labs to have basic safety plans. But on the other side, you have a powerful Silicon Valley super PAC arguing that any regulation, any friction at all, will just hand the AI race over to China. And the opposition is playing for keeps. We're talking about a $125 million super PAC. It's backed by some of the biggest names in tech, and its explicit goal is to end his political career and send a crystal clear message to anyone else who even thinks about regulating AI. But Boris's counterargument is captured perfectly in this quote. He says this isn't a choice between innovation and safety. We can have both. It's like cars, right? Putting a seatbelt in a Lamborghini doesn't make it slow, it just makes it safer. And it makes the whole thing more trustworthy and sustainable for everyone.
And this brings us to the final and maybe the most urgent piece of the puzzle. There's a growing feeling among people pushing for some oversight that the window to actually do something is closing. Fast.
Boris thinks the reason that Super PAC is spending so much money now is because they're just playing for time. They know they only have to fight off regulation for a couple more years. Because pretty soon, these AI companies could become so powerful that they're basically impossible for any government to regulate. Just look at this timeline. The escalation is unlike anything we've ever seen with any other technology. We went from a household chatbot to complex work-doing agents in just, a little over a year? A huge reason for this incredible speed is that AI is now being used to accelerate its own development. It's creating a feedback loop that could soon spin beyond our control.
When he was asked directly about the timeline for government action, Boris didn't mince words. The feeling from everyone who believes we need guardrails is the same. We are absolutely in a race against time, and the clock is ticking.
And so, at the end of the day, it all boils down to one fundamental question. As this technology gets more and more powerful, seemingly by the week, who gets to set the rules? Is it a handful of CEOs in a crazy winner-take-all race? Or is it the public through their elected representatives? The answer to that is going to define our future.